Let's see how we can train a brain tumor detection model with the Ultralytics YOLO26 model on the Ultralytics platform. So we don't have to write any code at all. We just need to take our dataset. We can annotate it in here. We can do the full computer vision pipeline. We just need to have our dataset, hit train. We can track all the different metrics, our training logs, everything can be seen in there. The graphs, we can deploy them in just a single click as well. And we can have an endpoint where we just send the request to, we get the response back with our results. And the brain tumor detection here is very, very good because once you're doing an MRI scan, you can just take that image, throw it into the cloud, you get the response back, so you don't have to have a doctor or someone sitting there going through the images. So this is a very critical use case, and it can go through images much faster than any human. So let's build out this computer vision project here on the Ultralytics platform. I've just opened it up here. It's just a platform.ultralytics.com. You can train the model for just a few cents or a few bucks if you have very large data sets and so on, and you don't need to deal with dependencies, GPU, setup, environments. You just hit train and you're good to go. So we have this brain tumor detection dataset. You can access it here as well, and you can just clone it and you can use it on your own. So we have two classes. This is all the images. We can see the thumbnails. You can delete them. You can download the images if you want, but we pretty much just have the two classes going through 1100 MRI scans. We can see our split. So we have a training split, we have a validation, and we also have a test split, and it just filters the thumbnails based on what you have chosen. So we can go ahead and take a look at the class that we have. So we have negative and positive if we have detected a tumor in our MRI scan of the brain. So this is a pretty cool one. Again, if you have more classes, you will be able to see all the class distributions in here. We have pretty even class distribution here, so we should be able to have a pretty good model just based on these 1,000 images that we have. You can see all the charts with split distribution, the top classes, image dimensions, image file size. We have the image dimensions in the two-dimensional space, annotation locations, so where are most of the annotations. So this is pretty much just a heat map over where are our detections. This could be very useful for a lot of other different computer vision applications. Bounding box dimensions, image formats, objects per image. Once you have trained the models, you can have multiple models in here. You can try out some different parameters, different versions of the data set, and you can have everything logged in here. So this is just a centralized dashboard on the Ultralytics platform where you can do anything that you can do with the Ultralytics framework as well. But instead of writing a few lines of code, you can do it in all. You can pretty much just do it all here, and it doesn't really cost you much. So what we're going to do now is just hit train new model. We can choose which of the models. All the Ultralytics models are supported, all the variants. Right now we're just going to go with the YOLO26 nano model. This is the official pre-trained models. You can also, if you have your own models that I've done from previous projects that we have done here on the YouTube channel, you can see them in here. So you can continue training on additional data set. You can have multiple different versions of the data sets. So that is pretty cool. Everything that you need to build a computer vision model is covered here. So if you're just going to go with the YOLO26 nano version, we can specify the project. You can have multiple different projects as well. I just have this example project. For the epochs, let's just go with 50 epochs. We only have 1,000 images. It's going to find the batch size automatically based on the hardware and how much RAM the GPU is going to have. Image size, we will also just stick with our 640, but you can specify the image size in here. You can do the local training, you can just export it, run the YOLO training command, or you can do the cloud training, so you don't need to set up any environment. All these different options are available. So we have the RTX Pro 6000, 800, H100, all these different variations, and you can see the price per hour. So you can actually go in and train the models with only a few cents. So here we can see the estimated cost on this RTX 6000. Here we see this is slightly lower, so it depends on how much RAM and all the stuff that you need. We're just going to go with this new GPU type. So this is $1.7 per hour, but it's only going to take a few minutes to train the model, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes. So this is pretty good pricing. That's all we have to do. You can top up the balance, but that's all we have to do. We can just start the training. It will start up the device in just a few minutes, and it will log everything inside your training view. You can see the epochs, you can see all your precision, recall, your mean error position, all those that we usually take a look at inside our runs folder in our results image. You can train, you can run predictions after, so you can see a preview of the model. You can export it into whatever format that you want. So once the model is done training, we will take a look at the results, and we will take a look at the other tasks here that we can run and how we can deploy the model. There we go, our model is now done training. We can see it cost us 7 cents. It pretty much just took a few minutes in runtime after it had started up, and we ran through 50 epochs. You can see some other different run information. You can see the training configuration. You can see all the hyperparameters that we're using for the model training, and we can see the performance metrics at the end. You can also see all the graphs as we usually can with our precision. We have a recall. We can see the model has probably not fully converged yet, but we're already getting pretty good results. We have mean error precisions going up. It's not fully converged yet, but we also only have 1,000 images. So we can see here in our confusion matrix, we have a precision recall curve, so this is the validation curves, F1 curve, so these are all the different metrics that we're looking at, and we have videos covering fully what all these metrics means, how we can use them, how we can fine tune the model based on that afterwards. So what we can do now is to go in and do some predictions, so we can just run an validation image through. We're going to get a positive detection here, so here it has detected a brain tumor. It just took 120 milliseconds inference, and this is just running on a CPU. You can deploy the model in here. You will get the response back. So when you have an API just running, you can just send the request. You will get this response back with all the detections, where you will get the mask, the coordinates, the confidence score, and all those things, and also the output results. So there's some API documentation you can look at. You can use the Python script, the JavaScript, curl command. We have a video previously where we go through the full pipeline, how you can use this in your own code, both exporting the model, exporting into an optimized framework, how we can send these requests to the trained models as well. We'll be building out a full computer vision system, so make sure to check that out. You can see the different parameters, so you can play around with the confidence score, the image size, intersection over union, so all these thresholds can be tuned with the track bars at the bottom. You can hook up your webcam as well if you want to do some live detections. Not going to work for this use case, but this is a pretty cool one. So it's like 130 milliseconds getting our results back, which is pretty good. That is very, very fast. And again, you can test out multiple ones. We can just try another example. We have a negative brain tumor detected here, so that's all good. This is very good for just validating, seeing how your model is performing. Definitely try out your own images too, and then you can go and export it into all these formats depending on what hardware and what system you're using when you want to deploy your models into production. So ONNX, TorchScript, OpenWindow, TensorRT, CoreMML, everything is covered in here in the exact same way as the package, and you just hit export here. You can choose different configurations, the parameters that you can set. So if you want to use half position only, floating point 16-bit, dynamic input shapes, simplify the ONNX graph, all these different things can be specified in here, and you just add the export, so you don't need to write any code, run any command lines or anything like that. This is pretty cool. So we can just hit start export. You can also have like using non-maximum suppression free output and embed non-maximum suppression, so it embeds it inside the exporter model, so it'll probably be faster. You just hit export, and once it's done, it's just gonna download to your computer. There we go. Now it's ready. We can download it, and we can see the different versions that we have. So now it has downloaded down here. If you just want the .pt model, you can download it up in the top right corner, download PyTorch model. There we go. It has now downloaded to our computer, and we can use it in the exact same way as any other Ultralytics model out there. The last step here is just deployment. It's going to pretty much just scan which are the regions, which is the fastest, the lower the latency to those regions, and we can deploy on those. So this is the Ultralytics cloud. This is where all the servers are located. So we can see here we have a Doha. We can just hit deploy. Going to deploy the Doha. It will take a few minutes, and then we have an endpoint up and running, which we can send the request to and get the response back. And this is free for now. This is just running CPU inference, but it's still the main limit here is the network latency. We will not be able to run real-time applications with cloud-based solution where we have like an API solution as well that will need to run on the edge. That's why we can export the models, export into optimized framework, so we can run real-time multiple streams inference on the edge. If you want to use cloud, it's just if you can do batch processing, or if you just have single images that you need to process, you can just send the images in there, get them back. You can parallelize everything. So this is some of the reasons why you would use cloud versus edge. But all these things here, we've covered those in other videos here on the channel. So definitely make sure to check those out. This is the whole Ultralytics platform. You can do every single step in here. Definitely go in, check it out, test it out on your own dataset. Let us know down in the comments what cool projects and applications that you have tested out. And then I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy learning.